Hey everyone, I'm Joni from the Yoga Chapel, day 14, the end of our 2-week session of Yoga Basics. Let's talk about 3 more poses before we end so we can sew everything together. It kind of makes a seamless flow or sequence, so they're important. Phalakasana, or high plank position. Version of Flankasana with our knees down, shoulders stacked over the wrist. So tilt pelvis, drop chest. Ashtangasana, 8-limb pose. Chin, chest, 1, 2. Right hand, left hand, 3, 4. Knees, 5, 6. Toes, 7, 8. So from here, you go into cobra position. So back to high plank on our knees. So this is an option. Option is lifting the knees up, coming forward, lowering down, Chaturanga Dandasana, 4-limb pose. Hands, toes, and then slowly coming to the floor. Then you're back in your transition of cobra position, Bhujangasana. Let's stitch those together. We're not going to go in depth of those poses. That'll be yoga intermediate. 2 points I want to go over in particular. When we come to high plank, so high plank, this is a very powerful position in our core, our legs, our arms. Remember, we're keeping up high up, and that could be a lot for the wrists. So when we're in high plank position, shoulders out of the ears, like the tendency is that we give too much pressure to our low back, right? This is easier, this is harder. So if you feel that you're dipping the chest forward or really allowing the back to slack, you drop the knees down. It's just as powerful, right? You're still trying to maintain a Tadasana body. Always come back to your foundational poses. Dandasana, seated staff pose, or Tadasana in our standing mountain pose. Now transitioning to the floor is the next challenge. That's between Chaturanga, 8-limbed, 4-limb position, or 8-limb position. So let's try that. When we come down to our knees, so we're already in 6 of the positions, right? My 2 hands, my knees, and my toes make 6 points of contact. Downward dog tilt, drop the chest and the chin towards the ground. Push against the hands to roll the shoulders back. Pull the chest forward. Unwind the toes. Look straight to the ground. Remember our Sharpie on our nose. Bhujangasana, cobra position. Coming out through, push through the hands, come through the knees. High plank position. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Let's drop the knees down, come back. Perfect. So notice how those are perfect transitional positions to take you from cobra all the way down to downward facing dog. Now, if you're practicing Chaturanga Dandasana, which is the 4-step, very challenging position. I'd even put that into intermediate to an advanced yoga position for it to be correct. We start tabletop. We power in through our chest. We straighten the legs. Here is our plank, high plank position, shoulders out of the ears, belly touch the spine. Roll through the tips of the toes. You're going to lower slowly, elbows draw back. Hover over the floor. There's your tree or there's your mountain position. Breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. My belly, chest hit the same time. Unwind the toes, cobra position. Tuck the toes, tilt the pelvis, high plank position. Downward facing dog. Whew, very challenging. I find that one can be quite hard on the wrists and the low back if doing it not properly. Okay, a few things with Chaturanga Dandasana or coming to the floor in general. So remember, you can come to tabletop. This can be your position of high plank. A tendency is that we pull the hips forward and we kind of make this roll through the belly and then chest. That's a no. That's that's a no, or trying to be a no. I know it's very challenging.
That's a no.
Because it's going to be over time, know that that's not the pose, okay? The pose, if coming down onto the knees, tucking the toes, strong through the belly, you're going to try to pull the chest forward, so shoulders slightly behind wrists, bend the elbows, drop chest and belly at the same time. Now I'm making it a little bit easier. I've been doing this for a long time. So you go to try it and you'll be like, that's not for me, that's really hard. Yeah, it's hard. And that's the beauty of it. We can work up to it. So 8-pointed pose is there for you as that transition or transitional pose where the body wants to dip the chest first. So let it dip the chest. Power through the hands to tuck the pelvis to lengthen the body and use that as your transition to cobra position in the flow. One more thing before we move on to the flow, and it's going to be Speedy Gonzalez, is that elbows, those tricky elbows. Let's come back to our tabletop. Take the knees slightly back so we're in our plank position. So plank, high plank would be here. Drop the knees down. Keep the toes tucked. Elbows what I've noticed a lot is elbows want to pull out, and that's where we lose everything and come to the floor. Chaturanga or chaturanga push-ups are the elbows are pulling back. It's not a wide push-up where the elbows are going out. The elbows are pulling back. Using and showing you from the knees, my elbow creases is forward. Okay, elbows, the eyes of your elbows are forward, and you're taking the elbows back behind you. So creating that 90 degrees. Chest comes forward so that as I bend my elbows, I work to that 90 degrees, belly towards spine. Here you can work chaturanga, hold. Come down, chest, belly at the same time. The inhale pulls the hands off the floor, push through the tops of the feet, cobra. Drive through the hands to come back through high plank on the knees and turn over the toes, downward facing dog. Okay? So just watch your elbows because they help you when you land in cobra like we talked about yesterday, that you're going to have this 90-degree angle to land right into, so it's seamless. Let's get into Surya Namaskara A, which is our sun salutation A. We're going to piece everything that we've kind of learned together, and we're going to work a flow. Let's meet at standing at the top of our mat. Surya Namaskara A, sun salutation A. We start at the top of the mat. Feet hip width distance apart, palms face forward, mountain position. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, look to the thumbs, back bend. Exhale, sweep the arms out, hinge from the hips, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, half back, straighten the arms and the legs. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, high plank position. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees. Breath in. Exhale, lower chest, chin towards the ground, 8-limb pose. Inhale, cobra position. Look down towards the floor. Exhale, roll through the knees, pull the hips back, downward facing dog, soft knees, lift heels. Hold for 3 breaths. Bringing the toes together, look forward, tiptoe towards the middle of your mat. Lean back, come forward into the tips of the fingers. Step forward, inhale, half back, exhale, fold, inhale, sweep the arms up, look up, exhale, mountain position, drop the arms, full breath in, full breath out. So that little sequence, let's do that 2 more times. Let's work with the breath. The breath will be the hardest part, trying to capture them together. Tadasana, roll the shoulders, connect to your breath in and out through the nose or the mouth. Inhale, arms up, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, high plank. Lower knees. Inhale, breath. Exhale, drop chest, chin, 8-limb pose. Inhale, come forward, cobra. Exhale, roll back through the knees, downward facing dog. It's whole downward dog. So every pose has a breath, right? Folds into the body is an exhale. Back bends are usually inhales. Bring the toes together. Soften the knees and the elbows. Walk to the middle of your mat. This will give you time to roll through the fingertips to come to the top of the mat. Breath in, half back. So think plank or Dandasana position. Exhale, fold. There's your fold. Inhale sweeps you up into that back bend, open chest. Exhale, back to Tadasana. Last of that set. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, step back, plank position. Lower your knees. Stay strong in the belly, breath in, tuck toes. Exhale, tilt pelvis, drop chest, chin, look forward, 8-limb pose. Inhale, pull forward, untuck toes, look to the ground, cobra position. Next, exhale, roll through the knees, power through the arms, roll through the hips and the feet, downward facing dog. And notice if there's a little bit more space to find the heels down without losing that downward dog tilt. Toes together, walk to the middle of the mat. Lean back to tent the fingertips to walk forward. Inhale, half back, open chest. Exhale, hinge, tight towards thighs, tuck chin. Inhale, unwind the spine, look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, back, Tadasana. Drop the arms, 3 long breaths. Let's add everything together. Sweep the arms forward. Lock shoulders onto the spine. Hips pull back and down. Powerful position. Turn the palms to face one another. Lift the arms up. Stay for your exhale. Inhale is your back bend. Exhale, forward fold, longer legs, tuck chin. Inhale, half back. Good. Exhale, step the right leg back 3 feet. Sweep the arms up, bend into the front knee, warrior 1 position. Right hip forward, left hip back. Shoulders relaxed. Arms can also be in line with the shoulders. Roll and tuck onto the spine, squeeze the bum. Good. Let's bend the front knee, lift the back heel, plant the hands, step back, high plank, drop knees. Breath in. Exhale, tilt pelvis, drop chest, chin, 8-pointed limb pose. Inhale, pull forward, look down, cobra pose. Exhale, plant through the hands, roll through the knees, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Toes together. Walk slowly towards the top of the mat. Take your time. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Position the feet. Push through the feet as you sweep the arms in line with the shoulders. Tuck the pelvis, bend into the front knee. Sweep the arms up. Biceps by the ears. Left hip forward, right hip back. Knee stacked over heel. Hands onto the hips, soften the back knee, this time step forward. Inhale, reach up, back bend. Exhale, hands to the center line of the chest. Look down to the fingertips, Tadasana. Hands on hips, toes together, heels slightly apart. Step back with the left leg wide. Turn the toes towards the left side of the mat. Position the feet, sweep the arms all the way up. Good. Find the belly, pull in and down. Lift the right toes, pivot the right toes. Walk the back foot. Drop into your version of warrior two position. So the femur working to get that upper bone horizontal to the floor. Stretch the arms as long away from the body as you can. Squeeze into the left glute. Hug the right knee to the right. Stay for a breath in. Depth of the breath out. Inhale, lift the arms, float them up. Right toes forward. Drop the hands towards the hips. Position your feet. Lift the left toes, pivot. Heel to arch or heel to heel. Sweep the arms out. Bend the back knee, left knee. Pull the pelvis apart, roll the right shoulder. Stretch the arms long. Look over the left middle finger. So your focused and breath is smooth as you try to drop that left hip in line with the knee. Extend through the legs. Stay for another breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, float the arms, straighten the back leg. Exhale, hands to the center line of the chest. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Hands on hips, soften knees, wide-legged forward fold. Try not to lose the spine. So slight downward dog tilt of the spine, soft knees, drop the head heavy. Give yourself a bit of time to get the breath back. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. That will help with balance. Hands onto the thighs as you slowly roll one vertebrae at a time, coming slowly into a standing position. End our standing practice, Trikonasana, tree position. Ground through the left foot, turn the right knee out. Let's plant the right heel to the inside of the left ankle. Remember your hips shine and square forward. Sweep the arms into a prayer position, pushing against the palms. The elbows are in line, belly is pulling in, try to keep the breath, and the pull out of the knee rather than the pull out of the pelvis. Good. Now you can play here and slowly glide the foot so that the arch is puzzle piece to the calf to the inside of the leg. Just make sure that you're not hiking up the right hip. There's a sandwiching, like you're holding money between the foot and the inside of the thigh. You don't want to let it go. You also don't want to fall out of balance, but if you do, smile at yourself. Keeping the hands at the center line of the chest or lifting the arms up. You can also bring them into cactus. Lots of variations for your tree position. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, hands to the center line of the chest if you're not already there. Gently pull the right knee forward, right foot down. Tadasana, to notice the body, close the eyes. Hands on hips, spin the left knee out, plant the left heel into the inside of the right heel so that there's a sandwiching in line of the body. Starting there as you bring your hands into the position that you like to come into, right? There's lots of ways to challenge the balance in this pose. Spread the right toes wide, even slightly grip with the toes. And then if you want to, you glide that left foot up so that the calf meets the arch of the foot. Keep the left hip spinning forward as the left knee wants to draw back. Soften the standing leg to help with balance. Try not to force the shakiness. Let the shakiness or the sway happen. And one more breath in. Exhale, hands onto the hips to help guide the left knee down to drop the left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up to look up. Exhale, soft forward fold from the knees. Draw fingertips to help heel toe the feet out wide. Bend the knees and take yourself down towards the floor in a wide-legged position. Adjust the flesh of the bum back. Rest the hands onto the knees as you come to the floor. So just adjusting your body from a standing position to a seated position. Bring the right heel to the inside of the left leg. Dropping the hands back down. Anchor through the left, so activating the left leg. Inside toe to the inside of the heel. See if you can keep that strong Dandasana body. Now drop the left fingertips, lift the right arm up, breath in. Exhale, come up and over into a side body stretch. Anchor through the right hip, roll the right shoulder down away from the ears. Reach like I'm pulling your wrist up and over to the left. Now take your time as you inhale, come forward and back up. Pull the legs straight, anchor through the heels, push the inside of the toes in the heels, spread the toes, draw the thighs down, hands beside the body, Dandasana. So I'm looking just directly into kind of the horizon line. Keep the upper body where it is, take the right leg out. Let's pull the left heel in towards the groin or the center line. Dropping the hands, activate through the left leg like it's pulling away from the hip. Don't lose Dandasana in the upper body. Drop the right fingertips, lift the left, start to reach up and over. And it's okay if you lift the left hip for just a moment. Kind of negotiate through the body as you bend the right arm. Then start to drop the left hip. So think about it heavier and through the ground. Not borrowing from the shoulder, reach the arm up and over. And breath in. Smooth breath out. Straighten the legs back to Dandasana, hands beside the body, inside of the heels, inside of the toes, squeeze together, breath in, and breath out. Good, relax the legs, take the right foot over the left, interlock the hands just below the knee, roll the shoulders, root through the sit bones. Square the hips off. Square the hips forward. Lift the left arm up. Exhale, wrap the left arm around the right. Drop the right fingertips. Anchor through the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, start to rotate left ribs to the right. Right hip forward. Right shoulder back. Let's inhale first. Exhale lets us unwind back to center. Interlock the hands below the knees. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders onto the back. So we transfer to the other side. With the left foot, anchor the left foot the best you can. Interlock the hands. Good. Let the pelvis pull in as the ribs drop down. Eyes are at the horizon line, just like Dandasana. Anchor through the hips. Drop the left fingertips this time, breath in. Exhale, reach towards the outside of the left thigh. Wrap the elbow, pull the leg in towards the body. On the exhale, find your rotation. The inhale, you find length through the spine, anchor through the right. Exhale, look towards the left. So there's that rotation. Right ribs pulling towards the left ribs. Left shoulder pulling towards the center line of the spine. And then depth of breath, especially on the exhale. Inhale first. Exhale, soften the spine and come back to center. Interlock the hands below the left knee. Roll the shoulders up, breath in. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. Release the hands, come into a wide-legged child's pose. Taking the knees mat width distance apart, toes touch, pull the hips back. Forearms come down onto the floor, or stretch the arms out long, rest through the elbows and the forehead. And so it's a relaxing position. Find what's relaxing for you. You can give your body a little bit of sway. So you're allowing the body to relax. There's no constriction around the belly. You're not forcing it. It's soft. It's free to breathe and let go. Power up the arms, the elbows lift just enough to drag you forward, tabletop right onto your back. And we'll close this sequence with a long Shavasana, a 5-minute Shavasana, which will kind of force the body into that focus and meditation. Let's come down onto your back. Take the feet as wide as you have space. Remember to take up space. You deserve to take up space. Palms face up. Anchor through the hips and the shoulders, and let the shoulders relax. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe roll the wrists and the ankles. Draw the arms beside you to tent the fingertips to help bend the knees, planting the feet onto the floor. Let's lift the hips, shake out the bum. Good. Plant the hips back down. Sweep the left arm up overhead, roll towards the left side, fetal position. And slowly come up to a seated position. Close that practice together. Left hand onto the heart, right hand on top. Bow gently to your body. Sending gratitude deep within your soul, into your cells, for showing up, for learning something new. Because learning something new sometimes is hard and strange. And so staying with it, it's amazing. Claire and I are honored by each one of you. And we'll see you for our last class tomorrow, which is virtually on Zoom, but live. So that's fun and exciting. We hope to see you there. From my heart to your heart, from my light to yours, namaste. Namaste. See you later. Bye. Bye.